We're here doing First and 10 with Dolphins quarterback Mike White. First, this is going to be an interesting answer. Hardest thing in football to do from your perspective is what?
From my perspective, so as a backup, it's a pretty obvious answer, but it's really hard. It's just getting thrown into a game midway. It's hard. Just being like taking your only reps is the other team's offense and scouts, and then you get to go in, and it's hard. But nature of the beast, and that's what we got to do.
So hold on, wait a minute. You would say that's harder than like reading defenses or things like that?
I mean, yeah, that goes with all right. So then probably one of those, but no, I think that kind of goes with it. Is just being thrown into the mix of it, because like once you start a game, you kind of get a feel for the game and you're in the groove. But you get thrown in the freaking third quarter, fourth quarter, like Bailey. I mean, like Bailey Zappi, perfect example. Like, hey, 2 minutes, go. Like you've been chilling on the sideline for basically 4 quarters. Go win the game for us.
Gotcha.
So that stuff's pretty hard.
Player you grew up admiring was who?
Chris Chambers.
Okay, why Chris Chambers?
Because I mean, he was the man. I mean, he was. I grew up watching the Dolphins, obviously being from down here, and he was just my favorite player. So I thought he was. I mean, shout out to my dad for teaching me the old school guys, but he was awesome. Another one would be Ronnie Brown. That was my very first jersey I bought with my own money. Was Ronnie Brown.
That is dope. That is absolutely dope. Most important person who helped you get here was who?
I would say most important person that helped me get here, besides my parents, would be my high school football coach, Roger Harriet, who is the coach at St. Thomas right now. I was a baseball guy growing up, and I didn't play my first football game until my senior year, and I tried quitting football 3 times. It just wasn't for me. I wanted to focus on baseball, and he made me stick it out, and we had countless hearts-to-hearts and just to stick with it. So he's definitely one of the reasons I'm here today.
Okay. Best Christmas present Mike White ever received was what?
Oh, that's a good one.
See, these are the hard-hitting questions.
This is tough. Best Christmas present I mean, one of the first things that comes to mind is when I was probably, let's call it 11, I got a white EXO aluminum baseball bat.
Okay.
And I slept with it for like a month straight. That thing was, I didn't even want to hit with it because it would get scuffed up and I'd get all upset. That was probably the best.
Were you forced to play with wood before that?
I wish I should have. No, but that was probably my best Christmas present ever.
Okay, you were really, really a baseball player.
Oh yeah, through and through.
First job you ever had was what?
First job I ever had, I worked inventory. I had to count inventory for a airplane parts distributor, DSC Trading, and they had this big shipment of old parts from Air India. I'll never forget. They would come in these crusty old like plastic bags that we have to take it out, count the parts, write it down. Oh man, it was a grind.
How many days did you last on that job?
I lasted that for a summer. It was in between when I transferred from USF to WKU. I couldn't go in till the fall, so my parents made me find something to do, and that's like to the day my motivation. I don't want to work a job like that. I'm gonna make this last as long as possible.
What's playing in your car right now?
Playing in my car right now, the new Drake.
Okay. It's just 6 songs, right?
Yeah, it is. You should ask Savan Ahmed. That is the go-to Drake plug. Every time something new comes out, we'll never see him in the QB room. He'll pop his head in and say, y'all listen to that new Drake? Like, he's making sure the whole team is listening to it. It's hilarious.
Okay. Place you'd like to travel to and why?
Place I'd like to travel to. I want to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I've heard
Wyoming.
Heard great things about it. I mean, growing up down here, like we got the beaches, so I'm used to the beach. Like I want to go see some mountains, some stuff that I didn't grow up around. I mean, the highest point here is the freaking dump. So I want to go see some mountains.
Okay. Best meal you've ever had was what?
Best meal I've ever had. My wife makes this thing called filete salteado. It's cut up pieces of filet with fried potatoes, chorizo, ham, peas, like this red wine sauce and then she makes it with homemade rice and beans. It is unreal. Every year for my birthday, I don't want to go to some steakhouse. I want her to make that.
That is excellent. I think your wife will love that answer. All right, most important question, First and 10. One player to have your back in a bar fight. Who would it be and why?
One player to have my back in a bar fight on this team. I'm probably going in the QB room. I'm going to say either QB1 or Scott. I think we have a real tight-knit group in there, and I know I'd bash somebody on the head with a beer bottle for them, and I hope they do the same for me.
All right. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah.